Michael Chandler has shown me and shown everyone that there are levels to narcissism. Like there truly is, and I did not know. I thought there was only one level, like John Jones level, or if you've ever had a toxic girlfriend level. So I guess two. But Michael Chandler has introduced something very unique, and it's kind of incredible. He's really invented something in life, and it's the nice guy narcissism. And I didn't know this was a thing until I started watching more of him when he entered the UFC. And dear God, it's very impressive. Very, very impressive. Now, I'm not going to go through this entire 1 hour and 3 minute video showing all the narcissism because, quite frankly, I would probably be dead by the end of it. Probably halfway through it, honestly. No, I'll probably 3 minutes in, I would be dead from listening to this man talk. Sorry, this man talk. So we're not gonna do that. But uh he has a complex to him. And I know this video is about him cheating. We'll get to that. I'm not saying he cheated, but we'll get to that in a second. Let me just demonstrate this real quick to you guys. There are certain complexes in individuals that they have. Now, I'm no psychology major. If you're a woman watching this, 99% chance you're a psychology major or you graduated in psychology. And if you don't believe me, guys, go to your local university, go to at least 20 girls, ask them, what's your major? And 95% will say psychology. I swear, dude, comment. Do you do this? Come back to this video, comment down below. Oh, gaslight MMA. I just got gaslit. I went to my university and you were right. All the women there are majoring in psychology. Anyway, there's a thing called inferiority complex. If you don't know what that is, watch MMA Joey. That's a very good representation of inferiority complex. It's when any guy who has any sort of confidence whatsoever or cockiness, you hate them. You hate. Any guy that makes you feel inferior. But it's a default setting. Like you feel inferior to every guy and everyone. That's an inferiority complex. I know someone close to me who has this, and it's so annoying. Even your own family you'll despise if you have an inferiority complex. It's kind of like when women envy their girlfriends who are doing good in life or have a boyfriend and they're their best friends, but they actually envy them. That's what inferiority complex is for men. Michael Chandler, however, he's got this thing, and I saw it in the comments section. It's called like hero complex, where every little thing, he turns it into a hero arc. And his whole journey is this hero arc. When I first showed up as boy in University of Missouri wrestling team, I didn't belong there. Now I'm all American. I know he doesn't have a southern accent, but that's just when I try to speak like an all American wrestler, that's what I do. So he could get up from this desk right now and accidentally stub his toe on the desk and not feel any pain because he's wearing shoes and maybe he didn't stub his toe very hard, but he would turn it into, you're not in control. Like me stubbing my toe here was always supposed to happen because you're not in control, but we learn from this. We learn from the little mistakes and that they lead to something better. He'd say something along the lines of that. I know he would. Anyway, did he cheat? Did he cheat on his wife? Because this would prove he is a narcissist, because everything he says about being a good man, blah, 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 and then he cheats on his wife. It was during the fight camp of Dustin Poirier, which was his last fight. So this was in 2022. Now we're going to play the clip where he talks about it, and thank God it's not too long, because anything more than 2 minutes of Chandler talking, you're going to want to not watch MMA anymore and maybe watch the guy behind him, professional wrestling. You'd switch to that, maybe. And we're going to decide, was he cheating or what was he doing? But let me lay out the background to this if you did not hear this already, because as I've learned, people have selective hearing and they don't get little tidbits of things people say. Essentially, he was getting his ass beat by Dustin Poirier. He walks over to the cage and he looks at his wife, and he describes it as, "Oh, I didn't see anyone else in the audience. I just saw my beautiful wife. She was wearing this beautiful blah, blah, blah. And he just starts simping out, as he normally does. His father failed him, and starts talking about her. And because Ariel, of course, I don't know how Ariel dug this up and remembered this moment somehow. They're trying to find something controversial to talk about, and Ariel found this. So anyway, so he sees his wife, and he just says, like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And apparently, what he was apologizing for, she had no idea. He says, like, when I apologized during that fight, she didn't even know about it yet. So she's just looking at Chandler on the cage, just staring at her, saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I swear to God, she's probably like rolling her eyes, like, oh my God, what are you sorry about, dude? Why are you doing this right now? All the cameras are on you. What are you sorry for right now? That you're losing? Like what? You're apologizing to me in the middle of the fight that you're losing? Like, what are you apologizing for, dude? Like, why do you have to do it right now? He's obviously doing it because he's like, oh, this is a magical moment. Cameras are all on me. Let's go apologize right now. Oh, I'm writing a book. And he says he's writing a book. It's gonna, guys, if you read that book, it's gonna be ghostwritten. He's not actually writing it. It's gonna be just one big self-help book of how he got through all of his losses. I swear, if he wins the title, dude. What if he doesn't win the title? It's still gonna be, then I got knocked out by Alex Pereira, or not Alex Pereira. Then I got knocked out by Charles Oliveira, but then I came back and got the Conor McGregor fight. But then I didn't get the Conor McGregor fight, but I got the Charles fight again, and I was able to avenge that loss. But then I didn't because he knocked me out again. But then I adopted another black kid. Don't get that book, guys. So yeah, so it's annoying that he's apologizing to her at that moment, and she has no idea what he's apologizing for. But I'm gonna play it, and then we're gonna talk about it. All right. Sorry if this is choppy a little bit, guys. My laptop isn't the best. So support your boy with a like.
Next, for sure. And I believe it's going to be me. So I was cool with 5 rounds.
Hang on.
For sure. And I believe it's going to be me. So I was cool with 5 rounds, and I wanted 5 rounds.
Going back to the fight, just wanted to ask you about one last moment. There's a moment at the end where you're obviously upset, and you're looking through the cage. There's a photo of this. I think we have it. You know what I'm talking about?
Come on.
Okay, I don't know, because you said you didn't watch. There it is.
But I mean, yeah, come on. Like, yeah, I remember. I'll never forget this moment.
Are you looking at someone? I'm
looking at my wife. There's
feeling.
actually an even better picture because she's wearing this beautiful outfit. It's sparkly, goldish silver, and she looks like a freaking angel.
Simp.
And there was 20,000 people in the arena, and all I saw was.
Oh, gotta get this ad in. Ariel Helwani with his ads. Jeez. Hero Wars.
In the arena, and all I saw was her. And I remember just apologizing to her. And there was 20,000 people in the arena, and all I saw was her. And
oh, really?
I remember just apologizing to her in that moment for reasons that she did not know. I was going through something that she did not know about because I needed to protect her from it because we were away from each other. And she knew, it's just funny. She knew it was a different, I'm sorry. Because I knew I let myself down. I let her down. And sometimes in life, you have to go through these battles. You have to go through these things that are so painful to become the man that you need to become, to be galvanized by the most ridiculously painful fires that you would never wish upon your worst enemy. And yeah, that was the last fight, and that was the last 30 seconds I was in the octagon. So now we get to right that wrong and get back in the win column on Saturday night.
Could I ask what you're referring to? What you were apologizing about?
The last 30 seconds. So he just got choked out, or he was about to get choked out, and then he went and apologized to her. And she knew because it was a different I'm sorry. So he says he was yeah, it's a different I'm sorry because you're doing it in the octagon after getting beat in front of the world. Looking at her, you only see her, and you're saying I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a different I'm sorry. It's very dramatic. It's very dramatic and unattractive. Don't do that, guys. Anyway, he said, I was going through something during the fight camp, and I didn't tell her to protect her, but I was going through it. And he talks about how it was like the worst camp he's had. So I don't know what it could be if not cheating. Someone said maybe he was taking steroids, which he says he's going through something. So I don't think you're going through something when you're taking steroids. And then if he's cheating on her, like, could that also be going through something? You're having sex and getting pleasure. How is that going through something? So maybe she wasn't cheating, but people are gonna speculate. So if you're gonna bring this up, which in fairness he didn't bring it up, Ariel did, but if you're gonna be dramatic and talk about it, or even apologize in general in public for Ariel to see it, say what it is, or people are gonna speculate because you always say all these inspirational, be a man, don't make mistakes. Apparently you did something bad because you're apologizing to her. I swear, dude, if it's just something he was going, like, I don't know, he had to have done something. So he had to have done something to her that he's saying, I'm sorry, but he's saying he was going through something. So why are you apologizing to her for you going through something? Because it's Michael Chandler and he's a simp and he's just going to apologize no matter what because he's a beta and he has no idea how relationships work. So he's just, even though it's something he was dealing with, he's going to apologize to her. Yeah, so Ariel asks, can you tell us?
No.
Okay.
But someday it'll come out. But it was, let's just say it was the worst camp of my life.
So you're actually saying I'm sorry in that moment because the videos from the back, but then I saw the photo and I was like, oh wow, this is the different perspective.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're thinking about non-fighting stuff in that moment too.
I thought about non-fighting stuff every single day for that entire training camp.
Wow.
But this is not a feel sorry for me type of moment. This is just, that's why people love mixed martial arts. I mean, it's great, right? You can hurl insults at us and you can make fun of us and you can talk bad about us because you bet on us and you lost some money and you can say all these things about us, but we're all just human beings. We are just trying to figure this thing out. And it just so happens that we fight in a cage in front of millions.
And then he goes
people.
on some inspirational speech about, oh, it's fine that it happened because we are fighters. We're human beings. We go through our trials and tribulations. Whatever, dude. Yeah, so... Yeah. He tells Ariel it will come out eventually. Or, like, he's planning on it coming out. Probably, maybe he's referring to his book. But, like, why are you letting it come? Like, why does it need to come out, Michael? Why? I don't know. But I just think, like, if I was her and he's coming to the edge of the cage and looking at her going, I'm sorry. If my eyes would roll so hard and so quick and so involuntarily, like, I'm not controlling it. I would just be like, oh my God, dude, this is why I ignored your emails for years, dude. This is why. I don't know. So, I don't know what he did. Comment down below, guys, if you want to throw your hat in and say what you think he did. I really am curious what he did. If I had to guess, maybe he cheated. I don't know. If he did cheat, I don't want to hear another peep of your inspirational. It's so funny because even right now he's like, "Oh, I don't want you to feel like I'm a victim," and then he goes into saying how, like, he is, but you need to get through the tough things in life. Blah 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 blah. What tough things? Did a random girl DM you on Instagram and then you responded and then met up with her? That's not the tough things in life, blah, blah, blah. No, that's just you being lustful and going there and cheating on your wife. So no more inspirational shit, dude. If this is true, I'm not saying this is true, guys. I'm speculating. Maybe it is true. I don't know. So yeah, Michael Chandler, dude. This fucking guy, dude. This guy, dude. All right, see you guys in the next one.